welcome back. And if you tuned in late, my guest is Paul Malkmus, and we're talking about the Hallelujah Diet, but we're talking about living sensibly, things that you and I can do. Don't cost money, it's just changing the way we think about our diet. And you want to boost your health, you want to live healthy, and restore your health. If you're struggling with something, help your body to restore itself. If you cook vegetables, you don't cook them in a lot of water till they're just wilted. Just steam them for a little bit, and they even taste better.
Yes. Well, the nutrients are in that plant.
Yeah.
And so when we boil them in water, we're actually flushing those nutrients out into the water. Then we try to eat the vegetable, but we're throwing away all the nutrients because they're in the water now.
Yeah. Now, we have some things that you brought to show. They're supplements. They're not medicine.
But correct. They're whole food supplements. So what we really talk about is putting the things in the body that are as close to nature as possible. So we don't want to throw like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin E in there. We want to put all the natural components together so the body really knows what it's dealing with. So when I talked about toxicity and deficiency and how toxicity plays a major role and deficiency plays a role, well, what our supplements do here, a couple of these are to combat that. So we have what we call Fiber Cleanse. And what Fiber Cleanse does is it helps to go into the body and starts moving those toxins around that are stored within the body. So all of us have toxins that are stored up from the things that we've experienced through our life and the exposures that we've had. So the Fiber Cleanse helps to move those toxins down into the colon and then flushes them out the colon. So this is not necessarily the most exciting topic in the world for most people, but people need to eliminate 3 times a day. Well, most people on a standard American diet don't eliminate 3 times a day because they're not eating enough of the fiber and the right things to cause the body to have those eliminations. So what the Fiber Cleanse does is it helps clean the colon, it kind of scrubs the colon, and then it moves those toxins through the body. So it's kind of like a pillar for helping to detoxify, and we've heard a lot about detoxifying in the news lately. Then Barley Max is kind of like the other side of that, where it starts to feed the body. And it's dehydrated barley and alfalfa juice, and it's like, barley and alfalfa juice, why would you do that? Well, when we think about some of the biggest animals that there are, Barley Max and barley and alfalfa help to fuel those horses.
You bet.
And so the better the quality of that barley and alfalfa, the better the horse performs. Well, what we want to do, we're not horses, but what we want to do is we want to take those nutrients that come from that. So like alfalfa has roots that go way down deep and pulls up all sorts of trace minerals. And so those minerals, when it gets into the barley and alfalfa, it turns into this Barley Max. It helps to fuel the body and starts to feed the body at a whole different level than what we've seen before. So those two things come together to help eliminate toxins in the body and help fuel the body with good nutrition.
And then this one, this one is just superfood.
Right, it's
you take a teaspoon of this and put it in a glass of water or
in a juice or in a smoothie. A lot of people are doing smoothies now.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will go to the grocery store and they're looking for good quality organic produce. And sometimes it's hard to find good produce. Then it's hard to find produce that's organic, that's not extremely expensive. It is. So what we've done is we've gone out and we've sourced many different fruits and vegetables and we put them into this powder. But we process them in a way that maintains those enzymes. I talked about that a little bit in the first segment. So it has that life force, so it's organic, it's fresh because we get the produce right when it comes off the farm. So it doesn't sit in trailers and then sit in the grocery store while it's losing nutrition. It's actually fresh, and then we dehydrate it in a way that maintains those enzymes and protects them, because that's the most important thing that we have, are those enzymes. They're the life force. So when somebody drinks this, they're actually drinking like a salad in a glass.
Okay.
And it really helps to provide nutrition for the body. So like I'll do that every morning. I go to the gym, and after I go to the gym, I come back and I have this with some organic plant protein. And so it really helps to replenish the nutrients and feed my body. So Hallelujah Diet, what we have are these different products that we've put together to help support people as they're making the lifestyle change. It's not to supplement the lifestyle. So it's not like, okay, you can still eat all the junk and just do the supplements.
It doesn't work.
No. I mean, people will see some great results from that. In fact, if somebody just did those two products, the Barley Max and the Fiber Cleanse together, they'll see incredible results just if they did that and didn't change their diet in any other way. But the real concept to really protect the body is to eliminate the things that are causing the problems, which are so identified now. In fact, Bill Clinton, President Clinton, he was on CNN last October, and they asked him what would be the one thing that you would recommend to people to improve their health. You know what he said? Eliminate all animal products, meat and dairy. So he regained his health because that's the approach that he took. So the more that we do that, and the more that we start to push away those things that are unhealthy for us, and the more things that we consume that are healthier for us, the greater our health would be, and we'll rebuild the body, and the body will start to regenerate itself, and it really does. It almost regenerates itself.
So Paul, to kind of break this down for lay people like me, the simple things we can start with are don't take colas,
Right.
and especially the diet colas, okay? Drink a lot of water. Save a lot of money that way.
And replace one of those colas with a glass of Barley Max.
Yeah.
So just replace it.
And then if you cook vegetables, don't cook them to death, just, steam them.
Yes.
What else would you recommend?
Well, cutting back on the amount of animal products that we have. Because animal products are probably one of the most dangerous things we consume on a daily basis. They really are. And people don't realize it. So like the United States, we drink the most milk of any country, and we have the highest percentage of what? Arthritis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the...
I guess.
Yeah. And osteoporosis, it runs rampant.
Okay, and that, they tell you there's no cure for arthritis, but so those simple things we can do. And the darker, somebody told me, the darker the color of the vegetable, like kale and spinach and all, the more nutrients it has in it. And then you recommend eating a lot of fresh salads.
Yes, lots of fresh salads. We can't get enough salads, so the more salads, the better. In fact, you can have salads for breakfast even.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. And we can do it in smoothies. So one way that it's really easy to get salads in is to do it through the smoothie. So, like myself, I'll have a smoothie in the morning, and I'll put a lot of kale, a lot of collard greens, a lot of those types of dark leafy greens, as you were talking about, because they have the most nutrients, really.
Yeah.
And then I'll put some a banana in there, like a frozen banana, and maybe some protein, and I'll blend it all up, and it just turns into this great drink. Sometimes I'll put some almond milk, sometimes some water, and it turns into this great smoothie, but I'm getting so many nutrients from it. And it has some sweetness because I put the banana in there. Or you could put strawberries or blueberries or pineapple or any of those things.
Whatever you want. But the more fruits and vegetables we have, the better we are.
Yes.
And try to find the freshest, the roadside stands, the farmers markets, wherever you can find the freshest things.
And ask how they grow them. So many people use pesticides on their produce. They use GMO seeds. So if we can talk to the farmers and say, how do you grow your products? And is there, do you use a lot of pesticides? Some people just use a little bit to get by, and they'll tell you about that.
Yeah. So those are basic things that we can do to change our lives. Now, you brought this along, and you have, what fascinated me was the cooking. It's like a cooking school almost.
Yes, we have a cooking school.
And do you have those all the time, or is it just once a year?
We have them throughout the year, and it's really based on demand. We had several this year. We're just setting up the schedule now for next year.
All right.
But our last one is on October sometime. I don't remember the dates exactly.
So you can check, and we have that 800 number. I'll keep the information here in case you didn't get it. But this truly is life-saving information that you and I, we don't have to go the whole way, but every day we can do little things to help ourselves. And I think that's what it's all about. And then you can branch out and get more courageous as the day goes on.
There's a really neat program that my wife Ann and I put together that your viewers might be interested in. It's called 60 Days to Reclaim Your Health.
All right.
And
Okay.
it's on our website, and people can go find it there.
60 days to reclaim our health. Bless you. God
completely
bless
free.
you.
Thank you.
I hope you'll come back and we'll cook some of those good things
We
together.
look forward to it, Peggy.
And wherever you are, stay happy and eat well. We'll see you next time.